Let's check out Central Park, shall we? A lot of people think that New York is just a big concrete block. And that's not exactly true. Central Park is in the middle of New York, and it's a huge park. It goes from 59th Street all the way on up to 110th Street. Many blocks in between in width.
Get out of here to where the weather is clear. We'll take some coffee and some bagels and get out of here to where the weather is clear.
So here we are coming to the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, or the New York City Reservoir. The traffic goes in one direction. If you're walking, I think you should sort of stay to the right. And if you're running, you go on the inner track. Just make sure you don't walk in a big group in the middle of the path where people are running, because this is where people run. There's also an outer loop, which doesn't go exactly along the water, but goes around the same circle. So you can do that as well. This is a decommissioned reservoir that's 106 acres large and over 1 billion gallons of water. So a lot of water. So it was named after Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis because of her contributions to the city and her love of the city, and the love of the city back for her. That is the west side over there. That's uptown. That's the east side over there. A little hard to stay on the right sometimes when you run into situations like this. Just, check behind you to make sure that nobody's gonna run you over. I've come out here and seen that nobody cares if they are inconveniencing the runners, because it's kind of like, hey, I'm the center of the universe. But none of us are the center of the universe, and this is really a running and exercise trail, and you're welcome to walk on it, but be considerate of people. That's what I say, because none of us are the center of the universe. This building here probably processed water at some point. But you can also see your mileage around here. I thought it would be miles. It's yards. I just had some New York City water. I think it's pretty good water here, but I'll let you know if I start to get sick or anything. So we're getting off the reservoir path, and we're heading towards the Belvedere Castle and the Great Lawn. The Great Lawn. So when you come out of the reservoir over there, it's actually close to the Metropolitan Museum. So if you wanted to go there at that point, you'd be close. So if we go just a little back further west, we hit the Great Lawn. I had a picnic in here yesterday. It was open. The Great Lawn is a great place for a picnic in the park. It has softball fields and people milling about on blankets having picnics. Usually you'd see a baseball game or people picnicking out here, but maybe they're giving the grass a little rest today. Some people are picnicking over here since the other area is closed. Maybe a little more crowded than usual. The Obelisk. Now look here, Cleopatra's Needle from ancient Egypt. Let's go check it out a little closer. And in an upcoming episode, we'll visit the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Speaking of Egyptian theme, where is this located? It's right behind the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Obelisk. Cleopatra's Needle, 1600 BC. The crabs at the base were constructed later. Looks like there's some offerings that have been made to the Egyptian gods. Well, the obelisk, or Cleopatra's Needle, is from ancient Egypt. It was a gift to New York. The Delacorte Theater. There are opportunities to see free theater in New York. This is one of them. Shakespeare in the Park. There's also something called Shakespeare in the Parking Lot, where you can see free theater in the Lower East Side. Unfortunately, we're in between shows here at Shakespeare in the Park, so I can't see anything right now here.
Every wise man's son doth know. Oh, what is love? It's not oh, what is love?
He's getting into the whole Shakespeare thing, because this is the area where they do Shakespeare in the Park. So here are bathrooms by the Delacorte Theater. I believe we can go right up here to the Belvedere Castle. Belvedere Castle. You can see a bunch of turtles down there. For a while, this structure was a weather station. These days, they still collect rainfall, temperature, that sort of thing, wind, but it's not used as a weather station anymore. Belvedere in Italian means beautiful view. It was built in 1872. It's the second highest point in Central Park. The second highest natural point in Central Park. So next we're going to attempt to go through something called the Rambles, which, you know, during the week can be kind of like you're walking in a wood that's somewhat deserted. Oh, half closed. I wonder if there's another path. All right. Well, I think there are probably other paths through the Ramble. The Ramble. So on the weekend, there's obviously a lot of people passing through the Ramble, but during the week, when you come at a certain time, it can be like you're having a nice leisurely solo walk in the woods. And it's very beautiful, and you don't seem like you're in a city, except you can still hear vehicles. You will hear a lot of languages when walking through the park. New York is a melting pot of all kinds of languages and cultures and people from all over. They all come to New York City, so it's pretty cool. And for the most part, it seems like all the humans here get along. I'm sure there are times when they don't, but mostly they do. All right, let's see, we have a choice here. Go that way or that way? That way is back up town. So let's go this way. Looks like the road a little less traveled. As you know, I love the sound of water. So we're gonna cross a little water here. Look at this cute little bench. Just a little water crossing. I mean, it's not as large scale as big, huge national parks that we've been going to, but for New York City, it's just a nice little oasis in the middle of the of the bustling city. So this is part of the lake where obviously you can rent boats to paddle. And there's a really pretty bridge over there to cross over part of the lake. I think we actually have to go back up a little bit. I think I came too far down. And then we're gonna head east. Loeb Boathouse. That's the boathouse from the water side. So you can get refreshments here at the boathouse and rent boats. Conservatory water. So we're coming to the conservatory water, otherwise known as the boat pond, and see if there's any toy boats out there today. And there's a lot of benches around this pond to watch and relax. And that's a statue of Hans Christian Andersen, beloved writer of children's stories. And we're going to see Alice in Wonderland in a little bit, the statue. Oh, the boat's out. That's interesting. The boat pond was featured in the movie Stuart Little, if you're a fan of that movie. There are ducks out, however. That's that Curb's boathouse. Maybe a boat right over there. That blue one.
Awesome.
Alice in Wonderland.
Ah, cruel tree in such an hour, beneath such dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather. Yet what can one poor person now forget the treetops together? Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict to begin it. In gentler tones, Segunda hopes.
Bethesda Fountain. So we're coming to Bethesda Terrace and Bethesda Fountain. One of the most beautiful and iconic places in the park. Now you can go down this way. We're gonna go across the street here and go down a different way. So the artwork in Central Park, by the way, there's bathrooms here, is pretty much donated, except for this angel, which was commissioned by Central Park. Sculptor of this fountain, or the statue on top of the fountain rather, was Emma Stebbins. Emma Stebbins was the first woman to be commissioned by the city of New York to make art. There were many that followed, of course, but she was the first. This angel is called the Angel of the Waters. At the dedication ceremony in 1873, it was revealed that the angel is supposed to be the angel who gave healing powers to the pool of Bethesda. This is from John in the Bible. So then the name sort of became obvious, I guess. Bethesda. And it stuck. I hope you've enjoyed our episode in Central Park, and I will see you next week.
By the way, very quickly, if you like the show, consider Buy Me a Coffee to help support the show. Buy Me a Coffee is a great way for creators and artists to accept one-time support or membership ongoing from their fans for the price of a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/BrainFire to help the show. Thank you.
I wanna buy a Winnebago and get out of here to where the weather is clear. We'll take some coffee and some bagels and get out of here to where the